Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, man shot dead in Falmouth. A man was shot and killed by unknown assailants in Falmouth, Trelawney on Thursday night. The deceased is yet to be identified. According to reports from the police, the man, who sports short dreadlocks, was clad in a pink sweater, blue jeans shorts, and a pair of red and white slippers. Reports are that about 8:50 p.m., residents of Racecourse Falmouth heard loud explosions and summoned the police. Upon the arrival of the lawmen, the man was seen lying on a section of the roadway with what appeared to be a single gunshot wound. The body was transported to the hospital. The Falmouth police are investigating. 2 dead, 5 injured in Mandeville market gun attack. A deadly attack in which a gunman killed 2 people and wounded 5 others at Mandeville market on Friday has increased the fear among residents in the South Central parish. The shooting sent scores of people scampering for cover as the 2 gunmen opened fire on a crowd of people about 10 a.m. at the side entrance of the market across from Ballyhooly Road. One of the slain individuals has been identified as Melissa Merchant, a resident of Warwick District in Asia, South Manchester. The other victim has so far only been identified by residents of 3 Change District by his alias Wet Up to press time on Friday, police had not released his formal name and did not give a motive for the attack. Efforts to get a comment from head of the Manchester Police, Deputy Superintendent Kerry Duncan, were unsuccessful as calls and messages to his phone went unanswered up to press time. The mid-morning shooting, which triggered chaos near the Mandeville Town Centre, increases to 41, the number of people murdered in Manchester since the start of the year. Mayor of Mandeville Donovan Mitchell described the incident as a sad day for Manchester. When I was advised of the shooting in the vicinity of the market, I was actually at a peace march with the principal from the Albion Primary School and the students, he said. It is a sad day because while we were on the other side of town speaking peace, something else was happening in the town of Mandeville. I just want to convey my sympathies to the family of the 2 victims, added the mayor. Mitchell, who visited Mandeville Regional Hospital on Friday, said only 1 person remains hospitalized. 7 people got shot, 2 fatally, a young man from my division and a young woman from South Manchester. 2 people were treated and sent home. 2 others are doing diagnostic tests and 1 person is still admitted, he said. He encouraged the residents to assist the police investigation. Whatever you know, speak, because the next person might be you. The young lady was just in the market doing her own business. One of the gentlemen was across the road in a syrup shop buying something, so it could have been any one of us, he said. Mitchell said the Manchester police have made strides in solving most of the shooting incidents in the parish. I just want to say to the people of Manchester, in my dialogue with the police, things are not so bad in terms of the clear-up rate, because I was advised that about 82% of the shootings have been cleared up, but it is hard for the police to be everywhere, he said. An eyewitness said the 2 gunmen escaped on foot. I reached right at Mother's when I heard the shot. I thought it was the backfire of a bike. Then I saw 2 young men running and pushing the guns in their pockets. I just moved, said the eyewitness, who also claimed that even as scores of people were scampering for cover, others were running towards where the sound of gunfire was coming from than from it. Junius Morgan, who transported Merchant to hospital, said passers-by tried to save her life. He said he was in his pickup truck with his wife, whom he was taking to see her doctor as she was not well. The vehicle was parked as he was awaiting a shoe delivery from a shoemaker. When I turned around, the back of the car was full with people, and I didn't know a dead woman was in there either. People were knocking and telling the traffic to get out of the way. So I figured that someone was hurt. When I got to the hospital, everybody disappeared. I was left with a dead woman in the back and my sick wife sitting in the car, he said. JLP slams the spreading of lies about the Prime Minister and the government relating to SSL, urges firm to compensate Bolt and to other investors. The governing Jamaica Labour Party has urged the proprietors and accountable officers at the Stocks and Securities Limited to ensure that Jamaicans, including legendary sprinter Usain Bolt, are reimbursed the money that they in good faith invested with the scandal-hit company. The party, in a statement issued on Friday, also rejected what it describes as a barefaced lies being told by People's National Party operatives who seek to connect Prime Minister Andrew Holness and the government to wrongdoing at SSL. The statement came following a series of cryptic tweets by Bolt last week, which led to several Jamaicans speculating whether the Sprint icon was lashing out at authorities due to him not recouping his multi-million-dollar investment in SSL. Last month, SSL indicated that it is advanced in its plans to pay back thousands of clients, noting that the payout is largely from the proceeds of the international securities client portfolio sale with an approximate value in excess of US $30 million or Jamaican $4.7 billion. But the JLP said it is not satisfied with the pace at the payback and is urging the owners of SSL to do right by Bolt and others who have not recouped their funds and were allegedly fleeced by agents of the investment house, which over the years had managed to attract investments from dozens of prominent Jamaicans. While we leave conclusions concerning guilt to the appropriate authorities, we urge the owners and the proprietors of SSL to exercise their moral obligation to clients who were wronged, JLP Deputy General Secretary Charles Sinclair said in the statement. He noted that some investors have received restitution. However, he said the party is deeply concerned that Bolt and several other investors have not yet got back funds and insisted that these individuals get back every dollar they invested in SSL. Sinclair said the government has made certain it has made available resources to ensure a thorough investigation into the matter. Additionally, he said it is a step in the right direction that an individual who was employed to SSL and has reportedly confessed to stealing funds from the entity, including Bolt's investment, has been charged and is before the court. Noting that the matter regarding the former SSL employee is sub judice, Sinclair said the JLP is making no comment beyond indicating that it is hopeful the wheels of justice will turn sufficiently fast to ensure that, in the event of a conviction, Bolt and those who were fleeced are compensated by way of formal legal processes available to ensure restitution. Sinclair also condemned what he described as attempts by PNP operatives on social media, including some elected PNP officials, to suggest that the government and the Prime Minister Holness are in any way culpable for wrongdoing at SSL, which he emphasized is a private company. The fact is the Prime Minister had an investment in SSL from 2008, which matured several years later, and consequently, funds were legitimately transferred to another financial institution. This investment belonged to the Prime Minister and is in no way, shape or form connected to wrongdoing at SSL, Sinclair stated. Sinclair, who is an attorney, also issued a word of caution to people who he insisted are using social media to spread false information concerning Holness, the government and SSL. The SSL debacle erupted in January last year when it was revealed that the firm could not account for the investments made by scores of Jamaicans, including Bolt. Former SSL client relationship manager Jean Ann Panton is facing a 21-count indictment after being charged with 3 counts of larceny as a servant, 3 counts of falsification of accounts, 5 counts of forgery, 5 counts of uttering forged documents, 3 counts of engaging in transaction involving stolen property, and 3 counts of breaches of the Cybercrimes Act. The scandal came to light after Panton reportedly approached an individual who is a close friend and a business representative of Bolt and asked for assistance to pay back funds he had given her to invest in the entity, which she reportedly confessed she had stolen. SSL was subsequently placed into receivership, with the Financial Services Commission appointing a liquidator to oversee the process of winding up the company. An investigation involving an international forensic auditing firm reportedly revealed that the major chunk of Bolt's funds went missing over 10 years ago, and the Sprint icon was sent a fake statement by a former SSL employee. Some stakeholders, including a few of those fleeced and the social media bloggers, have been urging the government to pay back investors in SSL whose investments cannot be accounted for. But the Finance Ministry has taken the stance that such an intervention into the affairs of a private sector company would be unprecedented, set in train a dangerous precedent, and represent an inappropriate use of taxpayers' money. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.